Hey there guys and girls, it's MtThunderGod here with some Thunder code. So today we'll be covering two small topics, operators and a continuing topic from last class's section called data type conversions. Let's get on to it. Operators. So operators are basically things that we use to do operations. Simple enough. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, assignment, less than equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to. These are all operators. And basically in Python, we can divide operators into various sections. Operators can either be arithmetic operators, comparison operators, assignment, bitwise, logical, membership, and identity operators. So we'll be covering the first three in detail and we'll leave the rest for later. So arithmetic operators include addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, then three more extra ones, modulus, exponent, and floor division. We'll look into them. So easy enough. First of all, addition. Addition basically means add something and we use the plus symbol. So I'm going to say 2 plus 3 gives 5. Plus gives this much. So this is basically addition. Next we are going to look at subtraction. 8 minus 6 gives 2, minus 66 something something gives minus and gives 0. Now next one is multiplication. 9 asterisk 6. 99 asterisk 99. So this is multiplication. Moving on to division. 88 divided by, that is / 2 gives 44.0. Just be cautious when we do division using /. Most probably the output will be a float number, that is with a decimal point. Now 98 divided by something gives this number. So this is all for the basic ones: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now let's look at what modulo is. Modulus basically divides two numbers and returns the remainder. So if we divide 8 by 2, we'll get the answer as 4 and the remainder will be 0. Modulo or modulus is denoted by the symbol percentage. The percentage symbol is the denotation for modulo. So if I give 8 modulo 2, the remainder is 0 and the answer should be 0. Okay. Now let's see something like 9 divided by 2 gives 4.5. What if I do 9 modulo 2? We know 9 divided by 2 is 4 and remainder 1. So it will be remainder 1. Next one is floor division. Floor division, basically, I'll just show you what floor division is. I'm going to say 45 divided by, let's say 7. Okay. Now, let's do just 45 divided by 7. We get the answer as 6.4. But when we do 45 floor division 7, we get 6. What it basically does is, it rounds off, just truncates away the decimal point and rounds off towards the lowest number. So if it is 6.4, it will be rounded off to 6. One thing to note, if I do something like 70 divided by 56, we'll get minus 1.25. If I do minus 70 divided by 56, I'll get minus 2. This is because minus 2 is greater than minus 1.25. I mean lesser than minus 1.25. What it does is it rounds off away from 0. So basically this is what happens. Now next one is comparison operators. Comparison means basically comparing two values together. We'll use this most probably when we do loops and also when we set conditions to run code. So the first one I'd like to show you is equal to. Please note that we have two equal to signs here. So if I say something like A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 10. I'm going to check whether A and B are equal. So I'll say A is equal to B. True. So it says A is equal to B. What if I say A equal to B? A equal to B basically means that it's going to assign the value of B to A. Since they are the same, it won't matter. But in cases where we have to use conditions, make sure you include two double quotes, double equal to signs. Next one is not equal to. Not equal to is denoted by exclamation mark equal to, then the second one. So this is A not equal to B, which returns as false because A and B are the same. Next one is a operator which is similar to not equal to. A less than greater than B. Okay, we'll actually talk about this in a bit. I'll have to look it up. Next, moving on. We'll check whether A is greater than B. It's not. Is A less than B? It's not. Now there is A less than equal to B, which returns true because it can be either less than B or equal to B. Now A greater than equal to B, which returns true once again. These are all the comparison operators. Now, next one we are going to discuss is assignment operator. So basically to assign means give a value to something. We have discussed this in the video before where we assign a value using a statement. So we have A and B. A comma B is equal to 10 comma 20. I hope you remember this from our previous video. This is called multiple assignment. And now I'm going to say C is equal to A plus B. Okay, so now I'm going to ask what C is, and it returns 30. So here we are assigning the value of A and B to C using a single equal to operator. Now we can actually do something cool. So if, for example, I want to do something like A is equal to A plus B. Okay, so what happens here is I'm going to add A, which is 10 to 20, and then assign A to 30, the value of A plus B. So basically after this, A will become 30. Now I can actually shorten this down by using a combination of assignment operators. Let me show you. A plus equal to B. Okay, so the value of A here is 30 plus B. B's value is 20. So that's 50. Then assign that value to A. Now let's check. It's 50. Same goes for A minus equal to B. A is 30. Also works for A multiplied by equal to B. A divided by equal to B. Now I forgot to mention one thing. It also works for modulo, floor division and exponent. In arithmetic operators, I actually forgot to mention one thing. If you want to take the power of a number, that is, you want to write something like 2 raised to 5, you just write 2 double asterisk 5. Okay. Now if I want to say 56 squared, I just say 56 star star or asterisk asterisk 2. Okay. Now this is all for assignment operators. Next one is bitwise. Bitwise operators, basically we use that to work on bits and perform bit by bit operations. Logical and membership operators we'll discuss in a later video. Now I have to go through a small section in the previous video, which is data conversions. Coming to data conversions, we know there are multiple data types. And if, for example, I'll tell you something, this 56778 is a number, but 56778 within quotes is not a number. Okay. So let's see. A is equal to 10. B is equal to, within quotes, 10. Now let's check whether A is equal to B. It's not. That means this is a number and this is a string. So what if I want to convert this number, this string, to be honest, string into a number? I can actually. Just use int B. I'm going to assign this to B. B is equal to int B. Now if I write B, we'll get 10. Let's see. A equal to B. It's true. Now, one thing to note, we can convert any sort of number inside a string into integers or float or anything, but we can't convert a string letter, like something like int of. I'm going to convert this word hello into an integer, which is not possible. Now, the same goes for the rest. If I have something like C is equal to, and I want to convert this into a string, I just have to write strc and I get the string version. Same goes for float. I can convert it into a float. Now there exists the same for list, tuple and dictionary, but we'll learn this when we study them in detail. So this is all for this video. If you have any doubts, if you have any clarification, if you need any clarifications, if you have feedback, please do let me know in the comment section.